Please join me for Ask the Good Doctor, live today and every Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 12 noon Central Standard Time, and 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Bring your questions.
You're tuned in to Ask the Good Doctor, live each and every Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern, 12 noon Central, and 10 a.m. Pacific. Dr. DrBrookshire is here to answer your questions live.
Good afternoon. It's Wellness Wednesday. I'm Dr. Brookshire. Welcome to Ask the Good Doctor. And guess what? Today is our show number 101, being here with you each and every Wednesday. Please join us on Twitter at Ask the Good Doc, on Instagram and Facebook at Ask the Good Doctor. This is a very special presentation that we have for you today. I am flanked with my team today. Those people who have made everything go for the last 100 shows right here on YouTube. But we are announcing today that today is our last show in this way coming to you. Yes, yes, yes. This is our farewell show of Ask the Good Doctor Live. And it's bittersweet. I'm excited about it, and I'm excited for the next big possibilities. We are going to a major podcasting network. Yay! And the entire team is coming along. That's the way we do it around here. So I'd like to introduce to you the people who make everything go in my life, in the Good Doctor world. First, we have supervising producer Irvin Wright. IW, we call him. Hey, man.
Hey.
My brother. Hey. IW. Welcome, welcome. And then we have Chris Brown, announcer. Hey, Chris. He's all the way up in Vermont. And we met Chris long time ago when we first went to Vermont. Hi, Chris.
How are you doing today?
I am well. How are you doing today? I am well.
I am doing fine. No,
and then that DJ Indy is our other announcer. Hey, Indy.
Mushy, I don't know. I saw this guy. How's everybody doing?
Hey.
That's the Army brat in me. I can't help it. I'm so sorry.
That's all right. Her speaking her Japanese. So good to see you. And Chris Green, our technical producer, who makes everything go, pushes all the right buttons. Hey, Chris.
Hey, how you doing?
I am well. I am well. I am well. All right, you guys. So I just wanted to have you all with me today because I wanted to have a little chat about what have you learned since you've been here with the Good Doctor, rocking with me all of this time? I just want to tell you thank you because I could not have done this without any of you. So IW, you first. You've been rocking with me the longest. We've been rolling around together, some 20 years now?
20, yep, about 20 plus years now.
Oh my goodness.
20 plus years. But I got to say that it's funny, during that time, every year I have learned something from LaJoyce, and she has shared so much, and her character speaks for itself. The way that she deals with people in teaching, sharing, giving, there's just so much. But this show, I don't even know where to begin. Organic food, lifestyle, having healthy conversations about how you speak to yourself, how you speak to others, taking care of your hair, your nail, like all of the different things that you would think that we would know or would take advantage of every day. But she reminds us that these little things that you're forgetting, read the labels on the back of these food products, know what's going in it, know what's going in your body. Take an account for being aware about yourself. Like, how are you feeling today? So all of these different things was like, okay. And it's a reminder every day to pay attention to you and then pay attention to others. What's beyond this, the body, what's going on inside. And she has really honed in on that, of what's going on inside. And so I think a lot of people have really gained a lot from you having to share that insight with all of us. It's been a journey with this, but it's been exciting.
Has it been beneficial for you and your family?
Very, very. I mean, I take for myself, I told just a little bit. My dad is schizophrenic, my mom is schizophrenic, my brother is schizophrenic, and currently, my uncle has lung cancer. So for me, it's been years of dealing with them on a certain level, but I had to keep reminding myself to make sure that I'm okay. So I
That's right.
create my boundaries. I make sure I take time out for myself, and I have where the doctors ask me like, "Are you okay? Like, what's going on with you since you got to deal with all this?" And I'm fine. So, but I've learned this over the years, and the information that LaJoyce has provided has helped me to make sure to hone in on that, because I feel like that's something that we don't practice enough, is really honing in on disciplining ourselves to see what we are like, to check ourselves. How are you feeling today? When you wake up, are you feeling good? Are you in the mood? And if you're not, what are steps that you can take to get you into that mood? So she has shown all of that through this show, and I've learned a lot from that. So I'm very grateful for being on it.
Well, thank you. I am very grateful to you, IW, because you are a stickler for crossing all the I's and dotting all the T's. And even when you are not presently around, Christopher Green and I are always saying, we don't want to hear IW screaming at us. I don't want to hear his mouth. I don't want to hear. So we thank you for the perception, for the perfection, for the perception that has come to make Ask the Good Doctor and its brand to the public what it is. I appreciate you for that. Thank you so much. And thank you for rocking with me all of these years. And we are going to continue into the future. All right. Chris Brown.
Yes, ma'am.
From Vermont. We met Chris Brown at the Essex Culinary Resort and Spa the first year we went there, 2019, 2018?
I think it was
2019. And he spoke up and he was behind me. And I turned around and said, who said that?
Yep.
Right? I love you.
That's one of the reasons I can't do any crimes, because I'm very recognizable just in my voice.
No, you cannot do any crime. You don't need to do any crime. Well, I just want to thank you for answering the call, because I called you and said, well, first I asked you, have you ever done voiceovers? And when I asked you, go ahead.
No, I remember, because you caught me in a time period where I had heard that a lot, and I hadn't considered doing voiceovers at the time. So when I had started to gain that mentality that I can use my voice for something positive, that's when you came to Vermont and we built our relationship. And then that's when you called, and here we are.
Here we are. And that voice comes booming over, welcoming everyone to the show. And I just want to thank you for answering when I did call you. And then I just took it for granted that he could be easily found at the Essex. And when I was really ready to get started, he wasn't there. And I thought, oh my goodness, how am I going to find him? Well, I tracked him down. Yes, I did. I'm the original Nancy Drew. Don't y'all forget it. And I tracked down Mr. Chris Brown, and he wasn't even working there anymore. And he said, okay, I'm ready to go. Sent him the script. We had to do a lot of work on saying Brookshire, but he got it. Chris, what have you learned from Chris Brown? Since we got two Chris's, what have you learned from rolling with the Good Doctor? What have you learned here for you and your family?
It's interesting, because when you came to the Essex, you brought us up, and that was one thing that I felt like Vermont is missing with very few Black people up here. So when you came and I seen who was there, I immediately had to get to where we was at, So one of the things that really, just from the first time, I didn't know anything about it, and I can't remember the company's name, but they had alkaline water there.
Oh, yeah.
And at the time, like I said, I was in a whole mentality change. But at the time, I was thinking, look at them just selling water. I don't understand why it's water. We got tap water. We got this water. You got Aquafina. You got all this. What's so special about? And as I was going around the table, I got to them, and they really, really broke it down for me. And it was brand new information that I had never heard or even thought to think about, And so that's what it's funny, like when I have watched your shows, you've answered questions that, I have myself as far as like, what to do as far as myself, and you've had like IW said, like skincare, like it's crazy because, as me as a man personally, I don't really think about skincare or things like that. So it's awesome that you are not just giving what we should put in our body, you're putting on how we can take care of ourselves and how we can extend our life cycle. So yeah.
Great. Well, I thank you so much. Thank you for sharing your gift with us.
Absolutely.
We really appreciate it.
Thank
and
you.
Another gift sharer, the one, the only DJ ND.
Here I am.
Yeah, there she is, DJ ND. And I met at a local radio station here, and they're called Genesis. And I was being interviewed on a show, and her show was immediately to follow the interview that I was doing. But she walked in and she had on thigh-high, high-heel boots and fur coat and hair out. And I said, who is that? I need to know her. And we just started talking, and it turns out we were kindred spirits, and we have just been together ever since. Thank you so much. Hi, DJ Andy.
Thank you so much. Hi, Dr. LaJoyce Brookshire. And I just want to call you a doctor because that's exactly who you are. So I have to give you your flowers for one. And I just want to say that I thank you for the opportunity of letting me be in your life and be involved in whatever you have going on, lady, because you are the truth. That's what I have to say. You are about everything.
I don't want y'all to be telling me stuff.
It's helped me maintain my health. You've helped me maintain my perfect health for one. Okay, and understanding how to eat right, how to act right, because sometimes your personality can affect your health as well. If you're a person that's mean or whatever, all the information that I received from you, lady, I took it in my family, to my mom, to my friends and everyone, and we use it. And you know what? We've also saved doctor bills. So I'd like to thank you for that, doctor.
Okay.
Because a lot of stuff that you educated me on, I didn't even have to go to the emergency room or schedule an appointment with my doctor, because I have a doctor right here. Her name is Dr. LaJoyce Brookshire, a naturopathic, holistic doctor. So
well, let me do this. And if you came to my office or give me a phone call when you were in the middle of some of those challenges, I'm quick to telling you, I think you need to go to the ER. I'm quick to say it.
And see, this is what I'm talking about. You don't hold back.
Yeah.
Straightforward. And you always smile. And I've never seen someone be so serious but smile all the time. That's your spirit. And it exudes who you are, and it spreads. It's very contagious, young lady.
Thank you.
And so my takeaway is my family. All the education that I've learned from you, I passed it on to my family, and we're doing a lot of stuff that we learned from the good doctor. And from continuing on, I'll be watching more and more of your reruns, because this is not the end of your show as far as I'm concerned.
Oh, it's not the end. Oh, absolutely
not. No, there's so much information in these shows, so people need to go on and make their little collection and keep it going.
That's correct. In fact, these shows will live here in perpetuity on YouTube.
Thank you.
And as we move into our new venture, you all will be able to hear the new, bright, greatest. So don't be dismayed. We are going to be coming to you from YouTube with critical alerts. Yeah, well, we'll be coming with critical alerts, things that you need to know right now. We'll be coming to you with invitations to join us, to come away with us for our events, Kitchen Warriors, Wellness Warriors Weekend Getaway, Ask the Good Doctor live events, book signings, book events. Let me say this about DJ Indy. DJ Indy answered the call to be the announcer for our launch event for Women Behind the Mic. She did not hesitate. And we had our launch event at the Apollo Theater, and she drove 5 hours to come to the Apollo Theater to sit on the stage and spin and announce those women and pre-recorded all of those wonderful introductions. And now, as we are on our book tour, DJ Indy is our announcer wherever we go. Wherever we go, DJ Indy, and she produces it so well, and it's just so beautiful. And at first, she wasn't introducing herself. And every time we went somewhere, 3 times, people said, "Who was that? Who was that? Who was that speaking? Who was that announcing? Who put that together?" I said, now you have to put your own introduction at the top, so people know who you are. So I want to give you your flowers, my sister.
Thank you
I
so much,
appreciate you. And I look forward to seeing you come along with us on this next venture.
I am on that ride with you, sister. Thank you so
All right.
much for everything.
And I told her to blow the dust off that passport too.
We're gonna work that out too. Absolutely.
Right. And speaking of passports, Christopher Green here blew the dust off his and posted his passports. He said, "I'm no way I'm missing another trip to London." Hey, Chris.
Hey.
How are you? Look, little Chris. He's far from little, right?
Chris.
But little Chris to me, he always be my baby Chris.
You know him that long?
Chris's father and I were business partners back in the day. Chris was 3 years old in the back seat, rolling around with me and his father while we were handling business in Indianapolis when we were business partners. And we would wake up Chris and say, "Carry this box." And he'd go, "Okay." And he is the master. He's been producing shows since he was a little bitty 3 and 4 year old thing. So Chris.
Come on, Chris.
Hi, sweetie.
So I'll never forget. We were at the end of COVID shutdown. And I knew that people were not prepared for just going back out into society. And I was so scared. I never told you this, Dr. LaJoyce, but I was scared. I said, "I'm going to call her," because I felt like God was just saying, "Call her and see if she'll do the show." And so I called, and she didn't answer and went to voicemail. And I go, "Ooh, okay." And God said, "Leave a message." And I said, "Oh, okay." So, I left her a message, and she called me back. And from God speaking, "This is what I want you to do," to us talking and the show being all squared away, it was like 2 hours. So by the time she called back and she was like, "Hey, and I got a nurse and da-da-da-da," and I'm like, "Oh, she's in." And we did the show. It was wonderful. It was beautiful. It was everything I needed it to be. A lot of people were informed because I don't think that people were ready at all for what was to come. And then she asked me to become part of the team. And this has been a great ride for me. I'll be honest. Everybody in my world has heard your name a million times. It has been the source of me getting myself together, because as we began to talk casually and then about business, things start popping up like, "Hey, this is what I've been going through health-wise." "You know why that is?" "No, because the doctors haven't told me." And she's like, "Well, this is what's going on." I'm like, so for years, I've been in and out of the hospital because I'm not drinking enough water. I'm like, I felt so foolish, but it was like just producing, being on this side, having to edit, having to listen to it, technically made me learn so much to where I'll be honest, I feel like I'm a good doctor sometimes. I give people advice and I go, "You know what, Chris, this is not who you are for real." You can probably make them go talk to somebody that really can get them help. But a lot of the information is just so good. And it's stuff I never heard of in my life. And she'll go, "Oh, you don't know that?" I'm like, "Oh, no, for real. I really don't." Not too long ago, she's like, "Well, what do you wash your face with?" And I'm like, "Water, because I'm scared. Because all I know is they say soap clog your pores and this does that. I have no clue how to do this. And she's like, oh, well, use the stuff you use on your body. And I'm, oh, okay. I'm for real. I was unhealthy due to ignorance. It wasn't that I didn't want to do right. It was that I didn't know what to do. And I that's why I worked so hard for her and for this brand, and why I've pushed as hard as I have, because I'm like, people really need this information.
We do. Some
people are ignorant. It's not that they don't do right. It's not that they don't eat right. You know, going to the Kitchen Warriors, learning that good food doesn't have to be disgusting and bland.
All right.
I mean, eating all we did, all the nish nosh tray. I didn't even know what a nish nosh was, but we figured it out.
We call it charcuterie now. But, we've been calling it nish nosh for a long time. I want to, Chris, if you don't mind, I want to just say how proud I am with you with getting on your wellness journey, and how your wellness journey has led to the loss of how many pounds now?
150.
Woo! Congratulations.
That's amazing. Oh my God, that's amazing.
That's something.
I could barely walk. I remember coming out of the hospital going, I gotta do something. And I tried to go down to the end of the block, and I got to the end of the block and I just leaned. And I was like, oh, this gotta get better. And I was like, I have to keep trying. And as I kept pumping and pumping and pumping, and once I figured out, God sent Dr. LaJoyce, I know he did, and I know I was an assignment to her, but I know she was an assignment to me as well. And I said, I know I can figure this out. And when I finally went to the doctor and had my checkup, and she looked at how much weight I was down, and at the time it was 100 pounds, and she gave me the double hand, overhand, like clench, like, oh my God, whatever you're doing and however you're doing, keep doing that.
Yeah.
I knew this was something special.
You understand, lady.
Yeah. There you go. That's what's up. You all have encouraged me, inspired me on days when I was like, IW might say, what's the show going to be about this week? Yeah, there's not going to be a show this week. I'm tired. IW's like, okay, so I'm going to go ahead and let you get a day's sleep, and I'm going to call you back tomorrow. You're going to tell me what the show is going to be. Chris will say, oh, no. So you tired? Okay. Yeah. So a few hours. I'm going to cut. Chris won't even say wait till tomorrow. Y'all have no idea how many days I tried to bail. Okay. And they were like, This is important. Did you hear about this in the news? That's right. They programmed the show. Did you hear about this in the news? The people don't know about this. They don't know about aspartame. But here for you on YouTube are 100 videos of Ask the Good Doctor live. Absolutely. Not to mention what you need and why. There are 31 episodes of that. There are so many episodes that are left over from Sirius XM. It's 300 videos, right?
Yep.
Right here. Listen, you have everything that you need to get healthy, everything you need to keep your home healthy, keep your body healthy, your skin, your hair, your nails, your tongue, your teeth. Oh my gosh, Dr. Gruby. My students said that they were traumatized by the dentist, Dr. Gruby, that she blew their minds. And not to mention Dr. Michael Vincent, Dr. Sam, all of the other wonderful good doctors who've joined us. They are still experts to the show. We'll be carrying them with us to our podcast situation. And I'm just so happy that you all have come along with me, and I have found each of you. I thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. So that's all the time we have for today. And as always, I want to thank my team. IW, supervising producer. Thank you, IW.
Thank you.
See you on the other side. Christopher Green, technical producer. Thank you, sir, for pushing every button. See you on the other side. Chris Brown, our announcer from Vermont.
Thank you so much.
Brother.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
See you on the other side.
Thank you.
Yes. And DJ Indy, our announcer, our beautiful DJ Indy. Thank you so much. See you on the other
You are
side.
so welcome. Thank you.
That's right. That's right. See ya. And never forget to let your eyes shine, cut back on the wine, get good food fast, and go easy on the greasy. Until next time, I'm Dr. LaJoyce Brookshire, here to help you attain and maintain your perfect health. The next time we do it, it'll be on the podcast network. God bless you.